And we are back, YouTube. For anyone who's returning, thank you, and for everyone who's new, welcome. I'm Mitch, and this is Retro Rummage. I aim at the gamer channels buying games, DVDs, Blu-rays, any electrical items to get my hands on at car boot sales, Facebook Marketplace or charity shops for a cheap price. So I'm getting traded into CEX at a high price, so I can build my own gaming collection. So yeah, back with a proper episode of CEX Roulette. This CEX thought that they would, get rid of the whole roulette with the idea of what's the word, differentiating between with or without a manual. But when they're still posting £100+ PlayStation 1 games in cardboard envelopes, it's always going to be a roulette, unfortunately. I mean, to be honest, this game, I've been after it for a while. It does come into stock with CEX, but I don't see it. It's not very often, maybe once a month or something like that. It's come in once or twice before, but at the time I didn't have the vouchers and whatnot. But most of the time it's out of stock, and that is because this tends to go for a lot more money on eBay than it does on CEX. One of the rare ones where they seem to, get the price completely wrong. But yeah, I mean, I was moaning the other day, saying that I don't know how you're finding it. I'm struggling with things coming into stock at CEX, but this is coming to stock, and I've also got another game that I can't remember the last time it's been in stock coming as well, which is also a big hitter. I think it's about £140 plus game as well. But yeah, without further ado, we'll flip the cameras, open this up. I'm not I'm not hopeful for the case, but like I said, because this is such an expensive game, as long as the disc is not completely ruined, and obviously the manual and everything's in good condition, then I should keep it and swap out the case. But yeah, let's flip the cameras. Right, so without further ado, let's flip the cameras and get this opened. Well, at least they've taped it rather than just leaving it, what's the word, stuck down like that. And another thing, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but what my local postman's been doing lately as well is he's been posting these through the letterbox, but leaving like loads of it out. And it was like, you could see that it was hanging out on my letterbox basically all day. Luckily I live in like a little cul-de-sac and there's not too much through traffic or whatever you want to call it. But one day that's probably, I need to speak to my postman and say, like, you need to stop doing that because I have expensive stuff delivered, and if someone steals it, I'm going to be out of pocket. Well, I think anyway, I don't know how that would work with Royal Mail if they posted something, but they put it through my letterbox, but not all the way. Yeah. Anyway, it's a headache that no one's going to want to go through. Anyway, I digress. Let's tear this open and get it out. So yeah, I think I paid £115 for this, plus postage, and I believe I've seen it go on eBay from £140 all the way up to £180, depending on condition. So yeah, without further ado, sorry, I've created enough suspense. It is Armoured Core, and touch wood, touch wood, the case has survived. I'm going to open it up before I check the back, just because the disc has been rattling around in there. Yeah. I think it's been through a resurfacer. Don't know if you can see, there's like some polish marks around the centre there, the centre circle. Don't know if that's coming through on the camera up there. And obviously the disc does look very good. Apart from that, to be fair. And you can see that they're in like a circular motion. But yeah, the manual seems to be in okay condition. It's a little bit creased here and there. Oh, actually, I've just noticed that. It's got, yeah, it's obviously been water damaged at some point and got stuck to something there. I don't know if you can see that there. And just noticed that. I thought it was part of the design. Let's have a look at the other pages. Yeah, you can see it's been water damaged at some point there. Everything else seems to be okay. Yeah, not too bad. Let's have a look at the insert. Ooh. Couple of creases, but not too bad. See, this is the thing with video game collecting, for me at least anyway, that when I'm buying something with vouchers, you know, obviously the best condition it can be is what I want. But things like this, you know, where you've got the little bit of tear on the manual there and the crease in the insert, I'm not, you know, it doesn't bother me too much because I've got it for a cheaper price. Obviously, if I was paying, you know, £115 plus out of my own cash, then yeah, I would be very, very picky. And I can understand why people have such a problem with CEX, but for me, this makes video game collecting easier, cheaper, and it lowers my standards. Obviously, you've probably seen my previous video before where I bought the Ultimate Spider-Man limited edition, and I paid a lot of money for that because it was in good condition, and that was my own money. But this, obviously, I'm just paying with vouchers that I've basically got for free out of, you know, a couple of my PlayStation 4 bundles that I've been buying. You know, I've been getting like £100 voucher each time, and one of those bundles pays for this. So yeah, I'm happy with it. I've never played an Armored Core game, which I'm ashamed to say considering the following it's got. Some of these games, I mean, obviously this is expensive anyway. I mean, I'm desensitized to like £100-115 games now. For me, that's just well, not normal, but you know, I accept it with PlayStation 1 at least. But there are some very expensive games on the PlayStation 3 and 2, for example. I think there's a £250 variant of this on the PlayStation 2. I know on the Xbox 360 there's some very expensive games of it as well, so it does have a big following. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll flip the cameras and I will do a bit of gameplay for you. Now, what does it say? Armored Core is a heart-pounding robot action game with stunning 3D graphics and 360 field of view military carnage. Develop your Armored Core robot into a fierce fighting machine with chain guns, jetpacks, and missile launchers. The sky is the limit as long as you fight for the cash. An awesome one-player game that also opens up as a whole new interactive experience in both its split screen and link cable 2-player modes. So yeah, sounds cool. Let's flip the cameras and give it a go. Right, let's get into Armored Core. Like I said, I never played any of these games. I know that it's a massive franchise, big following. I think there's even a version on the PlayStation 5 now as well, which didn't come out recently. Scenario mode or verse mode? Let's go scenario mode. I'm sure there's got to be a storyline. Right, sorry about that. The camera stopped working for some reason. I just noticed. But yeah, let's give it a little bit more of a go and see what the next level is like. Let's go mission. Eliminate squatters, eliminate strikers. Let's get the squatters out of there. Okay, so it's like your
system
weapon
engaged.
for hire sort of thing, and you've got to get these people, take different contracts to get people out of areas, it seems. Triangle seems to be the one that bashes him up the most. Maybe that's where I was going wrong in the last level. I was just trying to shoot and you've actually got to get close to him and bash him. Where are they then? Oh.
Unknown craft approaching rapidly. Unknown craft approaching rapidly. Combat system.
I'm gonna die.
AC unit destroyed. Combat halted.
So I wasn't good on that one. I think what I'm doing is I'm using my charge too quickly.
System engaged. Unknown craft
There you go.
approaching rapidly. Unknown craft approaching rapidly. Combat system. Engaging test mode.
Right, I think I'm getting the hang of it now.
Target achieved.
There we go. Done it. Done it. I'm still in the negative though. But right, we'll cut it off there and we'll do a little recap at the end. So yes, Armored Core on the PlayStation 1. As with all these PlayStation 1 games, it takes some time to get used to the controls. It really did take for them. I mean, PlayStation 2, when I play that, I don't ever feel, obviously the controls can be better, but you know, you feel like you're playing a normal game, whereas with some of these old PlayStation 1 games, it takes you a while to get used to the controls. And I think, I've probably said this before, but PlayStation 1 games with good controls, they're the ones that stand the test of time. If it's a bit clunky or difficult to move your character around and stuff like that, when you go back and play it, it's very, very difficult. But that being said, I did get used to the controls by the end of, I think it was like my second or third to go on the level. And it was quite enjoyable. It seems like a standard kind of game. You can build and, build and upgrade your character, change its colour, different weapons, whilst doing contracts, killing robots and stuff like that. So yeah, I can see how it's a fun franchise. I bet on the newer consoles, it looks really good with the good graphics and everything, so maybe that'll be something I'll pick up in the future. But yeah, let me know in the comments how you feel about Armored Core, if it's a game that you've played or if it's a game that you will play. But yeah, that's it for today, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care, and I'll see you all in the next one.